Previously on Gears.
Friday afternoon, this weekend, the 18th round of the Formula One season, the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Joining us over here, Papa to be to a little boy.
Oh.
Congrats, Gary. Great news, my friend.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Feel good to be on the show.
Yeah, as always. Gary, I got to be honest, Abu Dhabi, it's a magnificent place. I've been fortunate enough to be there a couple of times. It's got a great atmosphere, but I think the track is crap.
Well, you couldn't have said it any better. Just looking at some tweets and speaking to some people that are over there this weekend, I think everything is fantastic, but I think the circuit layout, as you said, just doesn't work. And, let's just hope we can have some decent racing. We remember Fernando Alonso basically losing the championship, being stuck behind Petrov a couple of years back. Mm-hmm. Not the easiest place to overtake on. As far as the racing goes, well, I'm hoping that DRS and so forth, the adjustments are going to work in our favour. But it may not turn out to be everything we want. It may not.
Well, let's hope that we do get a good race. Now, speaking about Fernando Alonso, Gary, I mean, you stuck here in South Africa, but you've got a couple of your mates, including your father, that are over in Abu Dhabi. Tell us about Fernando.
Well, I think they had some breakfast yesterday morning together, and apparently Fernando Alonso is not looking very happy at all. In fact, very, very grumpy. So I think the pressure, from what they're telling me, looks like it's certainly on. I mean, we've seen with all the press releases, he's come out and said the team really get behind him, and everyone needs to find the half a tenth of a second. But I think he knows he's got his back against the wall. It's going to be a tough job, and just by virtue of the fact that he's not sort of beaming and confident, it tells you that they know exactly where they are, and they have a very difficult package to work with.
Yeah, and apparently, Daisy, don't go and ask him for an autograph during his breakfast. He get very, very upset. Gary, just to let you know, I know you've been just come out of doctor's rooms or whatever. The two McLarens, I've got to tell you, and especially Lewis Hamilton, just setting this track alight in free practice one today, which hopefully...
Are you live there, Sasha?
I'm okay. Hopefully bodes well for the race that somebody can get a pole position ahead of Vettel.
Well, we need it. Fernando Alonso needs it as well, from his point of view. We need it from a race point of view. But, you know what, McLaren have done this before. They've come out, they've been fast in free practice one. They've actually even gone on to qualify very well. But in race pace, they just haven't been able to shape with the Red Bull. So, yes, have they found something? I'm sure the whole team is working very, very hard as a professional outfit. I know Lewis Hamilton's leaving the team and whatnot. But they will push, for every point that they can get. And it will only serve to make a great show and a better show for us.
Yeah, let's hope for. I mean, Gary, if Vettel finishes ahead of Alonso this weekend, can you basically say the championship is done?
You know what? It basically gets to a point where Alonso needs a win. If he wins this weekend, Fernando Alonso will need a win. For Sebastian Vettel at DNF, 2 races to go. Basically becomes a 50-50 deal. Whether Fernando stays in the fight, not win the championship, but just allows himself to stay in the fight. So yes, if Vettel does win the Grand Prix this weekend, I would say it's pretty much tickets.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult. I mean, listen, the only thing the US Grand Prix are completely unknown, so we actually don't know who it's going to favour, if it's going to favour anybody, or if it turns out to be a more conservative race than what we anticipate.
Yeah, look, I hope not. And it boils down to Pirelli, whatever times they decide to take to the circuit. I mean, they can really, they hold the key, whether we see an exciting race or not. You need tyres, they need to take an aggressive approach to these tracks. Obviously, safety is a big concern, so going to Texas, I would imagine that they've probably gone the conservative route. However, at the end of the season, maybe they give us something special. The tracks have caught people out in the past, and we've seen it many times. But we do need it. Pirelli, on occasion, you sort of feel they've gone conservatively. It's not what they've known, become to known for in Formula One. They've given us a great tie. We've seen some great racing. So I hope that they continue on that path.
All right, there we go. Well, Gary, listen, congrats on your fantastic news to you and Claudette. I don't know if we'll see you later on this evening, but hopefully we'll see you on the weekend.
Great stuff. See you guys.
All right, cheerio. There we go. Gary Formato giving us his expert opinion about this coming weekend's Grand Prix. They've got double DRS, two DRS zones for the circuit. It just unfortunately doesn't lend itself to great overtaking. But let's hope that we do have a really, really exciting Abu Dhabi Grand Prix.
At the next intersection, turn on. Gears with Sasha Martinengo. Weekdays from 12 to 2 p.m. Central African Time.